How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Geordie geek. Welcome back to the channel for another impromptu live show where I'm really just going to be talking about some of the stuff I've picked up over the last week or so and some of the comic books I've been reading. So, nothing strenuous today, just a chilled out chat for anybody that fancies jumping in. Let us know in the comments if you're here and if there's anything in particular you want to talk about today, and we'll crack on. So we've got Terry Deadman. Hope you're feeling a little bit better, Terry. I know you've been under the weather. Can't think of anything better to do on an overcast Saturday. Yeah, I have to say it's friggin' freezing, Terry. I'm in my little room here and I am cold. I think we're getting to that point in the year where I need to start switching the heating on. Yeah, very, very chilly. We've got Phil. What are you doing here, mate? I thought you were meant to be going to see Joker today. Have you seen it yet? Let us know in the comments if you've seen it or if it is on the plan to go and see at some point, because I'm interested in your thoughts. So like I say, guys, just a very quick show. Just going to talk about some bits and bobs I've picked up and talk a little bit about some comic books I've been reading over the last few weeks. Let us know again in the comments if you've been reading anything or if anything's jumped out at you in particular. So we'll start off with this shite. This yeah, this is new to us. So, and I feel really weird about this. So, because I am a CGC fan, I do love a bit of slabbing comic books in plastic coffins, as people refer to them. But I've never seen this before, and I'm interested in people's thoughts. This is somebody has made a custom designed, to be fair. So it's not like CGC are offering this, I guess, at the moment. But this is a custom designed acrylic case for 1/6 scale action figures in their boxes. Yeah, so it's not even the figure out of its box, it's literally a plastic case going around the outer box of a 1/6 scale action figure. I think this is mental. I just think this is absolutely bloody crazy. Now, I know, like I say, I collect CGC comics and stuff, and I guess you could argue this is a similar kind of vein in that, but I don't know, it just feels really weird. To be fair to the guy who's designed this, the hot toy in particular that he's encased in plastic is an exclusive, so you could argue that it's a kind of a limited edition one. But I don't know, this to me just feels like madness. What do you think in the comments, guys? Is this something that you think you would do? Would you encase a figure like this in a plastic acrylic case? I don't know, it just feels weird. Phil's saying, I was planning to watch it tonight, but my mates offered a slap up Indian meal and Guinness, so plans changed. Maybe tomorrow. Let me know what you think of it, Phil. I'm interested to know your thoughts. We'll be doing another show on Tuesday, so make sure you've seen it by then, because we will no doubt be talking about Joker then. Yeah, so I just thought this was a bit odd, bit of a strange one. Bit of comic book news. We're going to chat a little bit about this. This is Absolute Power issue number 4. This has been the DC Universe kind of big crossover event. Now, I have to be fair and say I think I read the first issue of this and thought, the basic synopsis of this is basically, what you call her? Amanda Waller has teamed up with some bad guys, some Amazo robots and things like that, and has taken all of the Justice League's powers, all of the superheroes' powers. I didn't read issue 2 and 3, but I wanted to read this one because I knew it led kind of into the new Absolute universe that DC are launching. It was all right. It was all right. Again, let us know in the comments if anybody's read it, but it felt very much like your typical mini-series wrap-up. In terms of, in the first issue of this, you get told that a member of the Justice League is working against them and stuff, and very predictably by this issue, all of a sudden it was all just a big ruse and he was pretending. And I was like, how are you, man? And then they all get the powers back very, very easily and very quickly. I guess the interesting element of this, or the thing that piqued my interest in a little bit more than usual, is that by the end of the series, for some reason, don't know why, but by the end of this series, when they do get the powers returned, for some of them, the powers have been altered, or they've lost the powers altogether, or powers have been swapped, apparently. So different characters have different people's powers. So by the end of this issue, Barry Allen has got no Flash ability. He's not connected to the Speed Force anymore. which is interesting, I guess. I guess you could argue that that could lead to some interesting storylines. But I don't know. It didn't blow us away, put it that way. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Nice to see you, bud. Need some entertainment. Shitty week. Sorry to hear that, bud. I hope you are well. I really do hope you're well, mate. Phil's saying, do you worry about the box being pristine when you buy 1/6 scale? It is odd in my eyes too. Phil, I really don't. I know a lot of people who bin the boxes because it takes up so much space. I've got a garage literally full of 1/6 scale boxes, and I don't know, I guess if I'm going to sell them at some point, which I probably won't, but if I do think of selling them at some point, to sell with the box at a higher price. But yeah, I wouldn't be putting it in placky. Dead Man, I heard you saying you didn't like All in One Shot. I know the art of the Darkseid bit was a bit strange, but I thought the stories were good. We're going to get to that in a second, Terry. And I bought a couple of copies of it, actually. I enjoyed all the Absolute stuff, which surprised me. Well, it's funny you should say that, Terry. We'll move on to All In. This is the All In special issue number 1. Basic premise of this is it kind of reforms the Justice League. Booster Gold's got a key role in it again. I thought the artwork was dire. I didn't like it at all. You get Darkseid merged with the Spectre for some reason, and that's what kind of leads into the new All-In universe, the new Absolute universe. So this book's a flip book. You get one half of a tale, which is the setting up of the new Justice League, the power switches, and then leading into Booster Gold, basically going into this new universe to explore whatever the hell the new universe is going to be. And then you get the flip side, which is Booster Gold arriving in the new universe, which is very much a kind of a Darkseid-led universe. And you get the introduction of some of the new Absolute characters, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. I didn't particularly enjoy this issue, I have to say. I thought the artwork was naff. I thought the storytelling was a bit cack, but it didn't start off the Absolute universe well for me, I have to be honest. We've got Andy. Happy Saturday, mate. Hope you're in the chat are having a blessed day. Thank you, Andy. I hope you're well, bud. Hope you're very well. So yeah, so this didn't set my world alight, it's fair to say. And then I picked up this. Fair to say, sorry, ladies and gents, that we are going to have some spoilers as we go through some of these comic book reviews. So look away if there's books that you don't want spoiled. I'll try not to talk too much about spoilers. But we'll get Absolute Batman issue number 1. Now, I've moaned and groaned about this for a while, saying that I thought the design of him looked cack. I wasn't a big fan of the artwork style and the covers and things like that. I would still say the idea of a Hulk-sized Batman doesn't particularly appeal to me. I don't know why. It just doesn't. But I thoroughly enjoyed this first issue. Interested to know what other people thought of it. But I actually thought it was a really strong comic. It was a bit more violent and graphic than I expected. I liked the changes to his costume, the additions to his costume. So, for example, on the panel there, you can see his kind of his horns, as it were, on his cowl deconnect and become knives or thrown knives, which I thought was pretty cool. His cape, I don't know how you'd describe it really. It's kind of like a whip kind of thing, I guess you would say. So I really like that element as well. The changes to Alfred's backstory, very cool. I like that. And the changes to Bruce Wayne, I guess, we kind of know about from reading the synopsis going into it. But again, I thought that was pretty cool, yeah. So overall, I thought this was a strong first issue. I really did think it was a strong first issue, and it surprised us, and it was a real, I say this all the time, but a real bit of a shake moment for us in terms of, I need to stop twisting and moaning about stuff before I've actually bloody read it. Because I'd kind of written this off, I have to be honest. Haven't seen the images and the cover and the bat sign and all that kind of shite. And I'd kind of, I'm not going to read that crap. But actually, it's thoroughly enjoyable. So yeah, I think that's something for all to stop moaning before I've actually read stuff. Deadman is just saying, just arrived, so I'll turn down the volume. I'll give you the thumbs up, Terry, when we're done talking about it. Fuzzy, I've read this 4 times since Wednesday. My copy is buggered. I've read it that much. I absolutely loved it. Better than Ultimate Spider-Man, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Fuzzy. I did enjoy it. I'm hopeful that Superman and Wonder Woman have got the same level of excitement in it. It's nice to see a brand new take, and it was a surprising take. I wasn't expecting the stuff with the cape and things like that, so that was really cool. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you, mate. So Fuzzy, you mentioned your copies there. Just whilst we're talking, we'll show some comic books I've picked up this week in my visit to Forbidden Planet. First off, don't know if anybody's read this yet. This is the new Declan Shelby Terminator. I've been having a bit of a chat with my pal Andy about this morning. I'm going to be talking about this on a show I'm doing later on tonight at 9:30. I really like this. I really like this. I like the first story. Let us be clear. There's two stories in this. The first story I enjoyed. The second story was pretty much cack. But I did think this was a good, fun read. I've picked up the Alex Ross cover because it's Alex Ross in it, so you got to. So yeah, I like that. Well, Toxic Avenger. This is by Ahoy Comics. I didn't know what I was expecting about this one. This is a really weird story. This is a reverse time story, which never goes down well with me. So it starts at kind of the end of the story, and you go back days as the comic gets on till you get to kind of the first part, which is his origin. It's interesting. It's fun. I'm not sure. I've got a review coming up in a second about that, so we'll talk about that in a second. Fuzzy's just saying DC will be on fire. Yeah, some good books coming out. We've got James T. Ayo, nice to see you, James, and I'll see you later on tonight. Andy's saying lies or lies. He didn't like Terminator, but he's got crap taste. I went into Forbidden Planet saying I wasn't going to get suckered in to the whole bloody variant malarkey and stuff like that. I came out with 9 copies of the same bloody comic. Anyway, we've got 3 copies of this. This is the Absolute Batman #1 blank cover variant. So quite like that. So I've got 3 of those so I can get some sketches done at some point. Those of you that send books to CGC, these blank variants come with this kind of horrible shiny stuff over the comic. Obviously you get your blank signed and drawn on there. I'm presuming you just detach this and CGC don't kind of mark you down or anything for it, do you? I've never had a blank with one of these weird kind of things on. So yeah, let us know in the chat if you know, because I'm presuming you just pull it away from the staples. So 3 copies of that. I got the standard copy of Absolute Batman #1. I got a nice, don't know who did that one, another cover. I got the Jim Lee, which actually I'm not that keen on, but I got it anyway. You know I like a bit of sexy foil goodness, so I got a shiny foil one, which is quite sexy. I like that one. I got that, which I think's a cover that's doing pretty well. I think that one's going for a decent price at the moment, so that's a nice one. And then they had this on the shelf. Now I paid 20 quid for this because it's a 1 in 50 variant. And when I've had a look on eBay, it's like 50 quid. So I think I've done well with that. But that's a 1 in 50 variant shiny foil cover. So yeah, so pick those up. I rather like them. They are quite sexy. Other things I picked up just before we move on to some more comic reviews. I don't buy clothes. Well, I do buy clothes obviously because I wear them, but I don't get into kind of branded shit and stuff like that, as you can probably tell from my use of Slazenger. But I did see these and I thought I had to get a pair. So these are Converse All Stars. There's a bit of a story about them. My good friend Livio Ramandelli put on his Instagram that he'd done the box art for these limited edition Transformer shoes. So I went to the All-Star, the Converse All-Star page, had a look. You can basically design your own shoes. So Fuzzy, I designed these. Shut up. You can design your own shoes. So I went for the purple look and all that kind of jazz with the Decepticon symbol. On the back, Cybertronian writing, which says, wait for it, Triple G. My God. Designed them. And anyway, they came in a shit box, just a cardboard box, so not the limited edition box. So I was gutted about that. Went on the website and realised I'd ordered the wrong friggin' things, hadn't I? I didn't click on the limited ones. I clicked on just the standard make your own. So I have obviously ordered the special edition ones. So they will hopefully be coming sooner. So yeah, looking forward to getting them. Andy is just saying, really enjoyed Absolute Batman, the one panel with them all as kids, and one of them wearing Cartier's cool touch. Yeah, and the mentioned earlier on in the book, Andy, the reference some of the names of his pals, and it read very much to me like in this universe, Batman, Bruce Wayne's friends are going to be the Riddler, the Penguin, all those kind of characters. So I think that's going to be a really interesting take. I thought Alfred was brilliant in it as well. Also bought that Toxic Avenger, read a few Ahoy comics lately, and I've liked what I've seen so far. Let me know what you think of it, Fuzzy, because I thought it was all right. It was all right. We've got Luke. Nice to see you, Luke. I hope you're well. Triple J over lunch. Nice Saturday surprise. Cheers, bud. Andy saying, hoping to get the Jock NYCC variant. Yeah, I think that's going for a pretty price, Andy. I think that's a little bit pricey at the moment. Fuzzy, they're horrendous. How dare you, Fuzzy? Just because I'm cool and I'm down with the kids. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've ever worn a shoe like that. But just because, do you know what I mean? I think I'd look hip and funky with those shoes. James, do the shoes transform into slippers? I wish, mate. Nice and comfy. You look great in black and purple. Paint my fingernails. Yeah, I could. And Fuzzy's confirmed, yeah, he's friends with all the villains. Yeah, that's what I picked up from it as well, Fuzz. So yeah, looking cool. We're going to talk about this on Tuesday night's show, but I did just want to mention I went to see the Joker. Well, what to say about this? So it's getting ripped to shreds. Everybody I speak, well, no, not everybody. Pretty much everybody I speak to is saying how horrendous it is, and it's a load of shite, should never have been made, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was a canny film. I quite enjoyed it. I thought the Asylum side of things was interesting. I didn't mind. I went in fully expecting to hate the musical numbers, but I didn't mind the musical numbers at all. I thought they worked well, and I thought the courtroom scene was pretty good. There are, without doubt, some really cacky bits in it. Not convinced I like Joker's foghorn leghorn impression when he's in the courtroom at the end, but overall, I thought this was a good film, and it's interesting to us that everybody has been pulling it to shreds, including my good friend James T. Keegan, who's saying, yeah, it's awful and you've got no taste. True, James. Look who I surround myself with. So yeah, no, lots of people are slagging it off and saying it's awful. Interestingly, when I put up my post saying that I quite liked it, I got a load of messages from people saying, yeah, me too. So I think it's become popular to bash it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm looking forward to hearing what Phil's got to say. He's going to hopefully see it tomorrow. Chris Bell's been to see it recently. He said it was okay. It's not a masterpiece, but it's an enjoyable movie. I would recommend people check it out. Andy is just saying, hope those trainers ain't on the table. That's bad. Look, they're not. They're resting on top of my copy of American Vampire. So yeah, they're there, Andy. They're there. You can't go down. Yeah, get you in filth. Jared also happy that Morbius doesn't have the lowest opening at the cinema now. Yeah. From what I've heard, most of it is the first film replayed. I don't think so, Terry. I know people have said that. It's a courtroom drama and it does address what happened in the first film. But I didn't feel like I was watching a repeat of the first film. Like I say, James T. hated it with a passion. So we're going to get into it on a show on Tuesday night where we'll catch up. So I'm sure there will be heated words at that point. Fuzzy, I know Chris Bailey can't be trusted. That is true. Okay, couple of X-related comics to mention. Wolverine Revenge. This is an interesting little tale set in the kind of an alternate universe where Magneto has detonated on the planet and blown up and basically wiped out electricity. So the world's gone dark. First issue was all right. This one, it's all right. I got the red band version of this, so it's supposed to be a bit more grittier and a bit more bloody. I don't think I'm going to rush to go back and get issue 3, if I'm really honest. It's not as balls to the wall, fighty and gritty stuff that I really wanted. It's just okay. Sadly, it's not doing it for us. X-Men number 5, Sweet Baby Jesus, utter shite. I can't cope with this anymore, this series. I won't be reading anymore. I know art is subjective. The X-Men for me just aren't doing it at the moment, I'm afraid to say. It's I didn't like this story at all. And I don't like the artwork in it, so yeah. Not gonna read on, I'm afraid. James T saying about Joker, just feels like they ignored what people liked about the first one. What you liked about the first film, James, yeah. I thought it was good. I wasn't that big fan of the first one, to be honest. I thought the first one was absolutely over egged. People are like, oh my god, it's the best film ever. It wasn't. It was okay. Buys Transformers trainers and likes the Joker too. We're all doomed, absolutely. Yeah, the X-Men book is an error book. You're right, Fuzzy. You're right, mate. I've seen that. Speaking of that, Fuzzy kindly put me on the right track a little while ago to show some different sites we can get some information from. So I just wanted to kind of quickly show those whilst we're talking. This is the Hot 10 books. So this is from CBSI, and it's basically a bit of a rundown of books that they think are going to be hot books at the moment. So we've got obviously here Batman 1 in 100 Jim Lee variant, black and white. It looks better in black and white than it does in colour, I have to say. That's a really cool book. If you can get a hold of that, grab it. It's going for pretty impressive prices at the moment, 130 to 150, which is pretty good. I missed this one completely. Big fan of Hyde Street. I've got a couple of variant covers on this one. This is the Blackest Night homage. I didn't see this one, but I think that is very cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm going to try and get a hold of a copy of that one, I think, because Hyde Street, we're going to talk about it a little bit, but I thought Hyde Street was excellent. We've got Geiger number 7, secret variant. Again, a nice book, going for pretty impressive prices there. Geiger at the moment is killing it. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. Mark Spears Monsters number 1. I know a few of you guys managed to get the Bride Frankenstein, Bridezilla variant, which is stunning. I've got a couple of copies of this, which I can't remember if I've got them to show off or not, but I didn't get this one. There's a few people putting kind of sets up for 150 quid and things like out of all 5 of the covers, and I'm liking them, but I don't know if I don't want to go down the variant route again. But the artwork on these is stunning, absolutely stunning. Issue 2 has got some amazing covers as well, so again, well worth checking out if you can. Never even heard of this, don't know what this is. Svengoolie, not a bloody clue, never heard of that one. Totally Awesome Hulk is kind of on the hot list because of the casting announcement last week for Amadeus. Great character, love to see him in the MCU in some way, but yeah, again, that's the one. That's not his first appearance, it's worth saying. That's his first solo issue. We've got Voltron. Again, Henry Cavill has been mentioned that he's going to be in that in some shape in a live action movie in the future. So again, that sounds pretty cool. Shinobi, didn't even know they had a comic on Shinobi. Is that the old game? I used to play that on the Sega Mega Drive, I think it was, back in the day. Captain Marvel, number 26, all in related to Agatha All Along. Going to talk about Agatha All Along on Tuesday. I've thoroughly been enjoying that, but we'll talk about that again a little bit later on. The speculation on this is because Death has got everybody very, very excited, and this is an early Thanos appearance. And then Pilot Season Declassified. Never heard of Pilot Season. Not a one I've watched at all. Let us know in the chat if you've got any of those books, because I ain't got many of those ones. I've got the Amadeus Cho one, I think, but I haven't got a lot of those. But yeah, it's pretty cool, I think, that you can get some of those variant covers still for decent prices in Forbidden Planet and Traveling Man. I've picked up a few of those as I've gone through. Fuzzy's going to sell his Bridezilla. I would try and shift it now if you can, Fuzzy. It's come down in price. It's still, I think, selling for around about the 60-70 quid mark, so it's worth trying to shift it now. And I've never seen Voltron in my life. I couldn't care less about a movie version. I'm the same. I've not really engaged with Voltron at all, if I'm being perfectly honest. Other thing, just to quickly run through whilst we're chatting. Again, just share my screen. This is the top selling comics. Again, Fuzzy shared this with us. This is the top selling comics from September. I think the thing that jumps out at me is, again, we're really kind of heavily hitting on the X universe. So Wolverine and Uncanny X-Men, Exceptional X-Men, X-Men 4, all coming in at the top 10. This is for units sold. Ultimate Spider-Man 9 and Batman Absolute Power coming in at number 6. So the top 10 really is predominantly owned by Marvel Comics, which is interesting. Image coming in at number 11 there with Transformers 12. But then when you go down the rest of the list, other than the odd random book like IDW's Turtles there, it's pretty much securely Marvel and DC books all the way through the list here. I'm very surprised that Aliens vs Avengers comes in at number 30. I thought that would have shifted a shit ton of books two massive franchises there. I thought that would have sold an awful lot more units, certainly more than, say, Scarlet #4, certainly Storm #1, I would have thought. So that's quite interesting, I guess, to us. Okay, let's have another little quick look, see at some of the stuff I have been picking up of late. Just before we do that, jump in the chat. Dwellings, buy a copy, you'll love it. Horror anthology. Ooh, not heard of that one, Fuzzy. I'll have to check that one out. Not heard of that one. Hi Leon, nice to see you, bud. Nice to see you. Fuzzy's just confirming 65,000 copies normally gets you on the top 10. Wow, it's a lot of book. And we've got Shiny. Aliens versus Avengers. What the fuck? Shiny. It's an absolutely brilliant story, actually. Well, I'm saying that. We're only on issue 1. I've got a few copies of it, but it's actually a really, really enjoyable tale. I've been quite liking it. It's set in the future, and they're not afraid to kill characters off, which is always fun. So yeah, like that. Okay, a few things I picked up on good old Whatnot from our friend Tim over at the Hobgoblins Hideaway. I jumped in on a mystery box thing. Andy told us to go in on it, so I did. And I won 4 copies of this. So these will be going into my giveaway box. So this is an exclusive Hobgoblins Hideaway Web of Pooh with the Hobgoblin on the front. So we've got the standard dress there, book. Got 2 of those. I got the Virgin variant, and I got the very, very limited, apparently, black and white copy. So very pleased to have a copy of that. So like I say, the vast majority of those, probably apart from the black and white, will be going into my giveaway box. Speaking of Mark Spears monsters, I got this. This is a variant cover, kind of Spider-Man homage, I guess you'd say, to issue #1. So I take that one, and I got that, which is very, very nice. I love that cover. Really, again, a homage to that classic Wolverine cover. I really do like that one. I think it's very, very cool. I picked this up recently. I'm a big fan of DC Deceased. So this is a beautiful, beautiful cover, signed, and that Superman image on the top is a remark, which is just amazing, absolutely amazing, which I thoroughly love. I love a zombie Superman, and this is by, I'll not say his name right, Sajad Shah, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I spotted that one, and I just knew I had to have it because I loved the look of that remark. I thought it was pretty darn spectacular. Okay, a few more comics to mention. Get Fury issue #6. I've thoroughly enjoyed this series. If you're into your kind of your military action stories, your Punisher tales, this is really, really worth reading. It's by Garth Ennis, and I've loved everything about it. It's gritty and it's dirty and it's pretty gross at points. I mean, this bit with Nick Fury after he's being abused and he's telling them what the kind of his captors did to him and stuff like that, filling his eye socket with his own feces and things like that. It's a little bit rough, but it is a good fun book, so well worth a read. If you've not been reading that one, I recommend picking it up in trade paperback. If you like Garth Ennis's stuff, it is very typical of Garth Ennis's kind of work. Penguin issue episode #3. Again, going to be talking about this on Tuesday night's show. I think it's stunning. I wasn't a massive fan of the Batman, as most of you know, but I have to say I think this TV series has blown us away. Now, I've seen some negative criticism about episode 3 on the TV, but I thought it was brilliant. I don't understand why everybody was kicking off about it. So yeah, we'll talk about it more on Tuesday. Let us know in the chat if you're enjoying the Penguin. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. I've been thoroughly enjoying the series so far. Venom War. Now again, this is issue 3, and to be fair, I think I quickly read the first issue, didn't read issue 2, but I picked this one up because I was told there was a big kind of event at the end of it. It was all right. It was a good bit of silly fun. And it kind of ends here with the Venom, the traditional Venom symbiote being split between Eddie Brock and his son Dylan. And you get the 2 Venom characters now. So you get his son and him. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. I like the costume design for his son there. I like that we're back to kind of the classic Venom costume. Yeah, I thought this was pretty good. What are you thinking about the Venom 3 movie, guys? Are you interested in that? I don't know if I give a shit. I really don't. I haven't liked the first two, but yeah, I'll probably see it. But let us know what you think in the chat. Let's see. Shiny. They're saying Aliens versus Avengers, now Web of Pooh. What is happening? Yeah. Fuzzy just posted mine on IG. I love the art style. Yeah, it's amazing, mate. It's amazing. Fuzzy sounds like a Scottish stag too. Is that the Web of Pooh? Nick Fury got an eye of Pooh. Yeah. And Deadman saying Penguin is superb. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Enjoy the episode. It was more Victor centric, but that was a good thing. Like a good backstory. Yeah. Again, I thought I enjoyed the character development in it. I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. Wanted to mention this again. My good pal Fuzzy sent this to us. This is just mad. I don't know. This is crazy. Well, I think it's crazy. This is the first edition of The Hobbit. It's a copy from 1937. Only 1,500 copies ever printed. It goes for around about 150-200k. And someone got Andy Serkis to write on it and to write, you know, I am Gollum or my precious or whatever it is on it. I just can't get my head around that. I guess it's the same equivalent, isn't it? If it's taken, I don't know. If I was to take an Avengers issue 1 and get Robert Downey Jr. to sign it or something like that, but I don't know. It just feels crazy. Would you guys do that? Do you think that devalues it in some way? I mean, Andy Serkis is a very talented actor, but I don't know. I don't think his name should be on a first edition of this book. Is my personal opinion. Fuzzy is just saying, just watch season 1-3 of Industry. It's a show about finance, similar to Billions. Proper grown-up TV. Loved it. Oh, I've not seen that one, Fuzzy. I've got that much I'm working through at the moment, so I'm nearly finished season 2 of The Bear, and then I'll move on to season 3. I've just finished watching Ludwig, all 6 episodes of that. Really enjoyed that. I thought that was very, very good. The Cleaner is back on, Greg Davis thing, which is just stupid, but it's silly, easy fun, so I've been watching that. And then we've got Agatha, and we've got The Hobbit, Agatha, and we've got The Penguin, and I'm thoroughly enjoying Only Murderers in the Building. So yeah, enjoying that as well. Fuzzy saying I should be on commission. You should, mate. You should. You're my man on the street. Fuzzy sending us all my info, mate. Is this wee Sean's diary? Yeah, I would imagine so. And money, no accounting for taste. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Fuzzy. I think you're probably right. We've got Von Hoot in the house. Nice to see you, Von Hoot. Hope you are well, bud. I'd say unless it's signed by Tolkien, it devalues it. Yeah, see, I agree, mate. I agree. Though I do get comic books signed by actors because I like it, but I don't think I would ever get something as valuable as this signed by an actor. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't get an Avengers 1 signed by someone who's played somebody in the movies. Yeah, or a Fantastic Four one signed by bloody one. No, I certainly wouldn't. Dead Man, Ludwig was excellent. Yep, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. Dr. Von Hoot confirming no Parliament of Mowels tonight as he's sick. Yep, I heard that, bud, so sorry to hear that. But if you are stuck for something to watch, there will be a different show on tonight at 9:30, so check that out. We were going to go at 9, but we've moved it to 9:30 because we knew Von Hoot wasn't on. Luke, no to the Hobbit's signature. Absolutely agree. Okay, just wanted to quickly show you this off. This is from my good pal Kevin Wells. Many of you will know him from my art show. I'll quickly go through some of these. Kev is an incredibly talented artist, and he also is a self-publisher using what do you call it? It's not crowdfunding. What's the thing called again where you can... I don't know how it's called. Anyway, so he's recently put a load of stuff up for backing, and I backed the full project. What do you call it? My brain's gone friggin' blank. I think I might be having some kind of mental health crisis live on air. Kickstarter, Fuzzy. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you. Thank God for you, Fuzzy. Thank God for you. Yeah, so I went all in and I bought the full set, even though I've got some of the comics already, but I wanted to support Kev. So you get the last, I always get it wrong, Iron Jar, I think. The trade paperback, which is the new edition, black and white, stunning artwork by Kev, written by Kev in here. as well. You get some bookmarks and things inside as well. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting this, but he nearly made his bubble. So at the end of the book, he's got a special thank you to the UK Comics YouTube community, Comic Airwaves, and he lists those guys, myself and Highland G, and thank you for having me on your shows and always promoting my comics. So thank you for that, Kev. That's really appreciated. I really was touched by that. So yeah, so that's the graphic novel, which I cannot wait to read. Another copy of The Weeping Blade, signed by Kev. So yeah, I've had a few copies of these and given them away. I gave away my copy, so now I've got a copy back. So over the moon with that one. I saw that, Leon. My Alzheimer's medication. Then you get all of the issues of the standalone comic books, which are superb, including the latest issue, the newest one. A couple of prints that he's done, which are very cool. And then, because of the kind of the level that I backed, you had the opportunity to get a commission from him as well. Now, bear in mind, I'm sure you will all have watched the Killer Comic Show last week when I did a bit of a chat about Kevin, because he's come to Thought Bubble to do commissions and try to get you to engage with him to get some commissions done. The guy is friggin' amazing. If you come into Thought Bubble, or even if you're not coming to Thought Bubble and you just want a commission, hit him up on Instagram and get a commission done. So, as part of this package, he did commissions forward. I asked him to do a zombified Thor, and he's knocked it out the friggin' park. I think that is absolutely stunning. The detail on the paintwork and Thor's head there is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I am absolutely over the moon with that. I think he does incredible work, and he's ridiculously cheap. This was part of the Kickstarter campaign, but if you hit him up for just a commission, he charges you practically nothing for artwork of this quality. So yeah, so please do go check Kev out. He does some absolutely amazing stuff. He also designed our One Good Scare logo as well for us. So yeah, please do check him out. Some amazing, amazing work. Okay, couple more reviews. The Deviant, Sweet Baby Jesus. This is issue number 8, penultimate issue. James Tynion is an incredibly talented writer, as you all know. He's done some amazing books, but I think for me, it's fair to say sometimes his work starts to peter out a little bit, and it starts to lose its way as it goes a little bit further on. I don't think that's been the case with this book. There's not been a great deal of murder and death, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. This issue was great. And I was chatting, I think, with Fuzzy about this. I don't want to blow me trumpet, but with crime dramas and things like that, I'm normally pretty good at having worked out what the twist is or what's going to happen or who the murderer is. I still haven't got a frigging clue with this. We're getting to the last issue nearly, and I still don't really know who the current murderer is and who the original murderer was, if it's not the guy in jail. So yeah, he's certainly doing it for me. This book, I think, is great. This is a story that I will most definitely pick up in hardcover when it comes out, because I think it's a one that you can just go back and keep rereading and pick up different little things all the way through. I hope it makes sense at the end, is all I would say, because like I say, with us having no clue of who the killer is, I hope that makes sense at the end. I hope it's not just a totally left field kind of thing. I don't think it will be. But yeah, really enjoying it. Great little series. Shiny. I'll wait for the last Einhar versus Aliens versus Pooh. Yeah, that's coming soon. Mate. That's on its way. Von Hoot, that's top-notch Thorage. It certainly is. Leon, how dare you, sir. But yeah, if you want to start a Kickstarter for my medications, that would be great. One Good Scare, I remember that. Memories. Hold your horses, Fuzzy. Hold your horses. There's news coming. Circumstance, The Deviant is my favourite book right now. Yeah, it's been brilliant. It really has been just an engaging story. And I think it's a one for me that's written for a kind of a gritty Netflix 6-parter or something like that. You know, I think you could make it into a really interesting little series. Fuzzy's confirmed best issue yet. Yeah, I loved every panel of it. Was superb. Love The Deviant. It's the best thing I've read of him. Yep, it's good stuff. And agreed. Hoots. First time I haven't got bored or dropped off. Yeah, exactly my point. Although what I would say, guys, is if you haven't read The Woods, 3 volumes of that, I think, The Woods is a pretty engaging read as well. It goes a little bit crazy at points, but it is a very, very cool story. Hardcover is a must. The Killer's Mephisto. Don't start that again. The Deviant is built like a movie to me. Yeah, agree. A 3-parter or something like that. Yeah. It's a very, very cool story. Now, we're going to talk about this over on the Killer Comic Show, but unfortunately we had a few of the team sick, so we couldn't get to it. I just have to tell you that I friggin' loved this. I'm a massive fan of Jeff Jones anyway. I think the work he's been doing on the Ghost Machine universe is excellent. But this in particular was just a stunning first issue. Can I tell you what it's about and who and what's going? Absolutely not. I haven't got a frigging clue. It's not answered all the questions yet. But a first issue shouldn't, I guess. What I do know is that they're all on this Hyde Street, and the Hyde Street seems to attract people who've done bad things, and you've got characters who earn points, as it were, for dispatching of some of the people who arrive there. The artwork was stellar. The story was engaging. I just loved it. I think this is going to be a hit for me. So I've picked up a few different copies of issue number 1 of this. I really enjoyed it. Ghost Machine art is always great. You're right. I don't think they've missed, have they? I don't think they've missed with any of the books. I'm loving all of the Ghost Machine books, to be honest. Hyde Street's excellent. The main characters are so well written. They are, and I absolutely loved the nods to old comic stories as well, Terry. I loved the fact that we were talking about, those ridiculous mail-away things you could get in comic books and how disappointed kids would be when they got the shrimp things and all that kind of stuff. It's just good fun. My copy's still not arrived. Shock horror. Oh, Fuzzy, mate, you're missing it. You're missing out. It's a good read. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure, Fuzzy, when you get it. Modern comic book speculation is done, but if you're going to do it, spec Ghost Machine Universe. I don't think you're wrong. I think there are some great tales being formed here, and we know they've got a toy line coming out soon as well. Jeff Jones is not a slouch in terms of the content he's pushing out there. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of Netflix series or Amazon series linked to all of these universes at some point, because there are the brilliant books. Yes, they've all got the boxes ticked. They have. The books are great. Okay, moving on, chaps. I wanted to just mention each week when I'm doing this little show of mine, I want to kind of do a bit of a nod of the hat, as it were, a nod of the head to a YouTube channel that's kind of just starting out. So this week I want to talk a little bit about Indie Comics Corner, a relatively new channel. He's got 4 or 5 videos, about 40 subscribers there, as you can see, but he does incredibly good content. And what I would say is, for a new channel, go and watch his videos because they are incredibly professional, very well formatted and entertaining. And as you can see, we've just been talking about Ghost Machine, almost as if I linked it. But we've just been talking about Ghost Machine, and he's done a video all about the Ghost Machine universe. So please do go check out his stuff because it is spot on. Fuzzy, Geiger's still number 1 for me. Yeah, I think for me as well. Just read the recent issue of that, and again, it's top tier. I love Geiger. Fuzzy, none of that. Fuzzy, man, I hope nobody would notice that I fudged me words, but no, you're right. It is a Simonism. And agree, Fuzzy, with the fact the others are nipping at Geiger's heels is outstanding. Geiger at the moment is my favourite, but there's a strong possibility that if Hyde Street continues the way I think it's going to go, that'll replace it, because I love that anthology horror kind of style. Geiger remains my favourite too. I like Chris. I don't know him, but I've decided he gets the Fuzzy sign of approval. There you go. If you've got the Fuzzy sign of approval, what more do you need? So yeah, please do check out Indie Comics Corner. He's got some incredible content. He's just starting out there, but already I think he's making waves. He's gonna have a very strong channel. So please do check him out. That's your whack. We're nearly at the hour mark. So thank you so much for sticking with us, ladies and gents. Just a few things to mention. I've got all the usual shite on my channel. 1/6 scale action figure videos. We've got Triple G Tuesdays, so a live show 9 o'clock every single Tuesday. We've got comic book content coming out your ears. We've got my interview show, although I have paused my interview show. I've stopped actively pushing that because I kind of be chewed with fighting to try and get guests and all that kind of stuff on, and all that kind of stuff. We've got comic hunting videos, and we're now kind of sporadic live show like this one that we do. I'm also a member of the Killer Comic Show every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. It didn't happen this week because a couple of the guys were ill. I'm not sure about next week. The guys will keep you informed on Instagram. I'm unfortunately not able to attend because I'm whining and dining Mr. Keegan, who's over in Newcastle. But keep an eyes out for that. And then we've got good old One Good Scare. So, One Good Scare is going to be going live tonight at 9:30. So 9:30 tonight over on One Good Scare Show, we're going to be bringing you all of the usual horror content, reviews, comic book reviews, toy reviews, trailers, all that kind of stuff, all horror related stuff. So that will be coming on tonight at 9:30. Different time for that's because we missed last Friday, well, Friday just gone because I was out having a bit of a drinky poos. So that will be tonight at 9:30. Tuesday night show is our usual kind of geek news catch up. That's why I've not covered a lot of the geeky related news. This show we'll be talking all things Joker, casting news for Green Lantern, all that kind of stuff on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Myself, Efren and James. So that will be happening on Tuesday. That's your whack. Thank you very much, everybody who's jumped in the chat tonight. Really, really, really do appreciate it. Just because you've asked, Fuzzy. Just because you've asked. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the souls in them, Fuzzy. You want to see the insides, Fuzzy? You want to see that? I know you like your shit. Look at that. Transformers. There you go, Fuzzy. Hope you enjoyed it. So that's all the stuff coming up over on the channel. Dr. Von Hoot, TF1, I haven't, let us know what it's like, mate. I'm hopefully going to see it tomorrow, Transformers 1. It's getting incredibly good incredibly good reviews. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Okay, chaps, thank you so much. Hope you have enjoyed the stream, and I will see you all hopefully tonight at 9:30 over on the One Good Scare Show channel for all the geeky news, and then we'll see you on Tuesday for all of the geeky related content from Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and the rest of it. That's your whack, and we'll catch you next time. See you later now.